Hello guys, and what's up? A gamer like me here, and today I'm just going to be showing you Arms Race and everything I've learned while playing it. I have 61,000 kills in this game now, in this game mode. So I think I'm confident enough to try and give you guys some tips. So these are some of the games I've played. I have had a lot of games that have broke 100, but trying to get to 139 to break my personal record is very hard. But what this plays, just a few things real quick. These are just going to be kind of random things, and then we're going to get into the more specific tips. Shooting a tank with a normal bullet will give you kill credit. Anti-tank rifle will not. So you have to at least damage the person or use a normal bullet to get kill credit like that. Ammo from dead bodies we fill both tactical and lethal. This means that instead of running like restock, it would be best to run something like double time so you'd be able to run longer. So benefits like that are kind of nice. Money drops from enemies who have got kill credit for another enemy, so that's kind of nice. If you look at this map now, you'll see that there's spots for every crate to spawn. There's nothing random. Things like A have a huge advantage when B's on the map, and things like E have a huge advantage when C's not on the map. Because you know where the crate will spawn, and it will spawn in spots that give that base an advantage. So I've won the game just by holding A and wiping every other base off the map except for B, and then wiping B off the map. Because there's no way that they can push across the lake and up that mountain if you have an even somewhat decent, even horrible kind of team, pretty much, because it's such a huge advantage. But you can see all the spots you can parachute in from different bases. You can see all the jump in spots. I have that all marked here, so this is a great resource if you just want to see like all that stuff and where all the spawns will be, and it'll help you coordinate stuff. There's some combinations that it'll only spawn at if two or more bases are in a set area, but this lays it out quite well. For instance, C and E versus D, it'll spawn that center spot, but it won't spawn there for C versus E. It'll spawn further up. So everything has a set spawn point for a set scenario. So it's just kind of good to know what conditions will get what result. So yeah, and I also marked out all the good like spots on the map to know about. G Rock is a great spot to hold. F Rock, I mean F Island, F Flank. So lots of great things there. But here we go. Here's the first jump in. You can get into every base in this game without breaking down a gate. Just some of them are a little harder than others. So right where I'm saying right now, I'll look down to make it easier to line up. But looking down does nothing else. It won't make it spawn closer to you. But right there, there's the hop in. You call on your motorcycle with H on PC. It will show it in the bottom left, right above the time for whatever key it is for you. I believe it's triangle on console. But if you don't want to call on the motorcycle and you just want parachute in, you go right here. I put down the tax inserts and sometimes it won't work. So you just run along here. Faster mobility things are great, and then just jump off. And parachuting sideways makes you go further, so you want to do that. I looked forward a little bit and also went to the side, so I barely made it. But we'll do that jump again and just show you how well it goes. So I'm just going to spawn back on my tack insert, and I'm going to mess up a few times here. So I'm just going to spout out some more tips real quick. Um, you can shoot through a lot of stuff on this game, so just try out what you can shoot through. Like for on a great example is B. You can shoot through the floor all on B, so you can clear out that whole tower just with a like moderate penetration gun. Render distance is a thing in this game mode. Guns still render, but like in scope glint, but things like the people do not. Right where I'm shooting right now is where you want to jump off of. That pretty much guarantees your parachute will work. Anywhere else, your parachute probably won't work. But render distance is about 200 meters for iron sight, and more than that for scopes. And glide bombs, it's about halfway down the glide bomb that people render on the ground below. But here's the parachute from uh, D to B. You can also parachute from where we were just on. Yeah, you can parachute from where we were just at on the mountain to here too, and you can parachute from C. So just keep that in mind. And next, fortified makes it so you're not one shot to those stupid tank sniper rifles. You want to jump from here, and you have to have high mobility, by the way. Otherwise you won't make it, and you have to glide sideways. You have to turn 90 degrees to the left or the right to glide, and that will make it more accurate. You can use the top of your screen to see which way you're going. I did not this time, but I still made it, and that was actually fairly simple for me. But next thing, oh yeah, anti-tank sniper rifle. I meant explosive ammo that you won't get one shot to, so just remember that. Here's another jump in. You just have to land on this wall. If you back up slightly further than I did, it would actually be better, because then the back tire would hang off towards you. But if it messes up like what I just did, then you can still get it. You just have to pull out your gun and run and jump like that, and I'll get it. But definitely want to back up a little bit more to make it balance on the wall and not lean forward like mine did. But it still works, so you know. And of course, both E and C have the back way in, so. And so where I just ran through, another good thing is like place a demo charge and a stun mine there, and it makes really good like um, improvised claymores. So it's kind of nice. This is a hard one that no one really knows about. This is the jump into C. I'm lining up right below the C and D, so the center of my screen, with that little piece of snow right there, and I can call it in. And as you can see, it just starts sliding off. You hold W right here, and then you hop off, and it gets you right up there. You have to hold W, and you have to dismount it as quick as possible to get up there. Sometimes it's a little temperamental. If it's temperamental, you can just shoot your bike with your anti-tank rifle and reset it, because the second you destroy it, you get a new one. But anyways, now I'm going to show you E. E has both the back way in and a spot where you can drop your bike. So I'm going to show you the bike drop real quick. Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill this guy first. But you can just drop your bike right here on this edge, and then you can get in. Not very tricky. This one's very straightforward. And since, like with C and with A, C, and actually no, with A, C, E, and G, you can have multiple people going through the same bike. But with D, it will slide off. So maybe very rarely you can. But as you can see, there's both ways in. And next, I'm going to show you F. So I was just going in order. So F is fairly straightforward. You can parachute from both D and from E down to F and get in that way, or you can go right down here to this pipe and get in. And by the way, like this pipe, if they're in F, you can push across this pipe, and it works really well for killing them in their base. You'll find that they don't react very well to having someone above them. So it's a very good way to hold them down. I usually place attack insert like right there below that ridge. But as you can see, there we go. Oh yeah, cold-blooded is great for protecting yourself from glide bombs. Oh, motorcycle from here, and you can jump right into C. You do have to back up that far, otherwise you won't get enough speed. And there we go, right in. They'll never see it coming. And next one's a little harder, and I would recommend having a weapon with a little bit of movement speed if you want to try this one. So first you want to line up with the wall, and then back up until you, like the crosshair on your screen is just in line with that. And then drop your bike. It's going to be a little off center, but that's fine. You can't drop it right if you're trying to stand with the pillar, because the pillar will make it drop too far on the other side of the wall. So now you just have to run, jump, and land on this, and then you can mount your bike and you're in. Quickly, there's spawn areas in C, D, and E. So for C, you can spawn anywhere on that roof. For E, you can spawn anywhere on the roof. And for D, you can spawn anywhere on that back upper area that doesn't capture the base. Pretty much, as long as you're not capturing the base, you can spawn in some areas. And for D, you can also spawn the outer edge of the wall. As you can see, though, I just blew up a crate on the ground. I'm standing inside a barrier for the safe zone, but I can shoot out of it, as you can see. So the best way to tell when this happens is right now it doesn't say I'm defending the base. So you want to walk forward until it says you're defending the base, and then back up slightly until it says you're not. That means that you're in the safe zone, can't be killed, but you can shoot out of it. This needs to be patched ASAP, but until then, here it is. Also, if you're here and they capture the base, you'll keep the invincibility and just be in their safe zone. They'll just be able to like assassinate you and not damage you. So it's kind of funny troll. But yeah, you can sit there and there's no way on earth for them to kill you unless they like assassinate you and push you away from it a little more. There's no way to hurt you, and I don't think they can assassinate you. So it is an option, but you'd have to let them walk up to you. As you can see, my thermite isn't damaging me, nothing. It's really overpowered. Bases like C, B, and D benefit from this the most. Or I should say are most broken to exploit this with. You can see I'm shooting the ground, no damage. It's just so messed up. But you can have someone just camp inside that safe zone the whole time. Unfortunately, you're not resistant to nebulas, so if I don't leave here, I will die. But I can fast travel out of it, so not too big of a deal. Yeah, I'm yawning because I've been up too long. But, yeah, see? Just invincibility, but you can shoot out. They need to address this. But, next we have, oh, the next thing they need to address urgently. So, there's a spot right by E where you can get under the map and shoot. So right where I was just staying, there's a spot you can get under and crouch, and right where I just walked over is another one. So I'm going to spawn bike over here and show you the main one. The one up the hill further is like harder for enemies to kill you out of, but it's more limited on its angles. This one is like just too many angles. You're pretty much a god here. You can be killed by tanks and grenades sometimes, but you could not be killed by glide bombs or bullets with low penetration. But bullets with high penetration, they can shoot through it. Piercing vision would help them with that one. Okay, next we're going to talk about redeploy. So when you redeploy, it refills your lethal, your ammo, and your armor. So if you carry a tactical insert, this is very powerful. As you can see, these boards inside the base you can deploy from, so not too big of a deal there. And it, as you can see, I jumped right before I did it, and I landed after I did it. So it freezes you in time and space, and you're invisible. So kind of broken. You can do the same thing with manual redeploy, just by pausing and hitting X or whatever's in the center of your screen. And I'm going to show you just like a practical use from. I dodge glide bombs with this. So imagine a glide bomb's incoming. Here's a grenade and ammo box. This would kill me. I pause, hit redeploy, which is that option in the center of the screen. I believe it's triangle for peace. A for console, it's X for PC, and you can just dodge them. I seen the explosion go off, and then I just redeploy. So no damage at all from that. Kind of sad, but really overpowered and amazing to get around glide bombs. Makes it where cold blood isn't like needed. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting like that. The motorcycle, you can call it in. It's like right above your timer on the bottom left. You can call it in as soon as it's destroyed. So if you have problems getting it into a position, you can destroy it. And this is me flanking through gas. You can drive through up to 2 layers of gas before dying. I would recommend like one at a time, and your armor does affect this. So if you have no armor, chances are you will barely make it through one. But that's under ideal situations, and I gained speed before doing it. Your bike does not instantly destroyed by gunfire, but will by explosions. So just remember that, and you can call it in as soon as it's destroyed. You can see on PC it's H. On console, I believe it's like double triggers. I don't know. Haven't played console. But yeah, good to know. As you can see, oh yeah, I was just showing the motorcycle thing. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is supposed to have the audio, but sadly I don't have it. So you could hear a airplane being called in. It was a spy plane for our team, and you could hear the audio cue. And a second later, I heard the audio cue for a enemy one. And I'm not talking about them talking. That can get covered up in this game with too much going on at once. You'll hear the plane like fly in, and they're super weak, and I love shooting them down. Like right next to tanks, I love killing them. So just 2 shots, boom, done. So it came in above B because that's where the person was when they called it in. What you want to remember is if you want to call in a spy plane, go as far away from where your home base is as possible before calling it in. That way, it's hidden away on the edge of the map, but still gives you benefits. You can buy your custom loadouts from your safe zone inside your base. That one's for guns. This one's for your loadout. I mean, this one's for tacticals. So you have the tackle insertion and Goliath. Those are really valuable. Ammo box you can use to blow down gates. So that's really nice. Remember, the green gates have like a third of the health of the red gates. Oh, if you buy the automaton or any of these guns, you can stack them on top of your loadouts. It's like having overkill, even with like cold-blooded. So it does have some nice benefits there. But I'd highly recommend spy planes and glide bombs. Just remember, glide bombs can be dodged, but spy planes are really nice. Here's just showing my stats and something to like show you my loadouts. The Gracie Rapid has a little more recoil, but it's a beast. This great sniper makes you run the explosive ammo. And here's if you want a little more recoil control on the Whitley. This thing's an absolute beamer. It has insane damage, and it's insane. If you're using the other Whitley build, it kills 33% slower, so I definitely like the higher rate of fire, but everyone's preference. I actually run the slate reflector on the sniper most of the time, because even at 200 meters, I can just hit pixels, so, you know, works quite nice. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, check me out on Twitch. I'm also streaming there, kind of working on a schedule, but here's a map for reference. This shows everything you're going to need to know. I will see you guys later. If you have any more tips, please leave them in the comments below. I will pin them, and if I get too many I didn't know, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole bunch more to learn about this game mode, then I might make another video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Peace.